Too many thoughts on my mind, I can't sleep at night, so I just keep writing. I don't need no help, I don't need opinions, so don't waste my time then. I just been living online.
Hello Internet, Mr. D, back at you. And I gotta say, I'm stepping into different territory with this one. While I am known for my ever-growing, constant passion for hip-hop, I'm really not that one-dimensional because I do dip my toes into the alternative, the indie scene every so often. And sometimes I like to throw on albums that, you know what, I normally wouldn't be into, but might as well check them out. And today, I'm going to talk about an album that truly did expand my listening habits. Really excited to talk about this one. Which brings me to today's album, When We Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? From the Invisaligned, office-addicted internet superstar, Billie Eilish. And I start this video with a little bit of disappointment in my heart, Internet. I remember I listened to this album a few times, super into it. I was thinking, damn, this is really good. I can't wait to share this new find with the students. Come to class and I say, hey guys, how about that new Billie Eilish album? They're all, ugh. She sucks, Mr. D. She's not that good. She's just so overrated. She's everywhere. And I was just like, damn it. For 1 second, I thought I was ahead of the listening curve of the students. I thought I was up on the trend, but I wasn't. Just some old man who doesn't know what good music is, apparently. That's what you get for trying to connect with your socials class, Mr. D. Nothing but bitter disappointment, sadness, and just feeling like you dropped the ball. But anyway, doesn't really matter what they think, because I think this album's pretty awesome, which is why I want to talk about it almost a month after it was released, because it's a gosh darn solid listen. From the opening track, Bad Guy, Billie Eilish sets her listener up with a consistent style and a consistent tone that she's gonna kind of play with for the rest of the album, that she's gonna be bringing to this whole project. These like hypnotic snaps that come up every couple lines. They're these really like upbeat synth chords that follow the chorus, and this song focuses on the idea of Billie Eilish being like a villain or a monster or something evil, and that's kind of a theme that pops up as the project goes on, especially with the song Bury a Friend. You Should See Me in a Crown has these absolutely brilliant like rising instrumental that transition into just freaking spellbinding production, all done by her brother Phineas, who produces the entire album. Oh my god, it's just such a fantastic freaking song. These like two completely different tones that go back and forth between the verses and the chorus. Definitely one of my favorites. Apparently Billie Eilish got the title from an episode of Sherlock where one of the characters says, you should see me in a crown, and she just thought it was a baller line and then wrote a song about it. I think that's a pretty dope origin story. I gotta say, I do love Strange Addiction. Although the song doesn't really have any clear connections to The Office, it is impossible to ignore that this show has developed a very strange and addictive cult following that Billie Eilish and myself are a part of. And Billie Eilish talks about the show in a way of being almost therapeutic. It had helped her get through some tough times and get where she's coming from with this strange addiction. I'm with you on that one, Billie. I do love the video for Bury a Friend as well as the song. Both very like chilling, eerie, very kind of like dark and scary production. I think it's amazing the way the production can kind of manipulate and take her voice in all these different directions. You just go from a very echoey chorus to like a really low whisper, and then to almost like a threatening tone. Like it's all over the place. Crisp, awesome, great track. Although they're not my favorites, the last couple songs end on this very emotional and vulnerable tone. I Love You has this very like slow build up that culminates in this absolutely gorgeous chorus, which highlights the worst feeling in the world, losing someone who you were absolutely in love with. That emotion of like not wanting to love that person who just smashed your heart, but you just still love them anyway. Like that's a theme that I think really resonates with a lot of people. I gotta highlight this last song because when I was going over the lyrics for this album, Goodbye actually takes little snippets of lyrics from all of the songs starting from the bottom and then in reverse chronological order features each line back to back until you kind of reach the beginning of the album. I think it just shows the really brilliant and clever songwriting and lyricism that Billie and her brother can bring on this album. I love listening to it all the way through, and then when you go back and you kind of do a deep dive into the lyrics, you come across these really kind of cool little structural things that they did, and you appreciate it even more. Final thoughts. I get it. Billie Eilish has been all over the place lately, social media wise. Sometimes when celebrities are constantly bombarded on your YouTube trending or your Instagram, who's it, what's it, I don't know. I think then listening to their music is kind of the last thing you want to do because they've just been shoved in your ears and your face and your eyes over and over again. Why would you want to listen to their project? But if you haven't listened to this album, please give it a try. It is phenomenal. I've listened to it front to back like a dozen times at least. Billie and her brother bring just absolute dynamite on this album. Billie Eilish has a lot of range when it comes to what she can hit singing wise. The production, absolutely spectacular from her brother. And then the songwriting and the lyrics and the structure of this album as a whole, also super well done. Makes for a stellar piece of work. Report card time. So thank you for watching. Mr. D likes alternative indie synth chord pop music. Check you later, internet. Hopefully with some rap related stuff to talk about.